Hey, what's up, guys? We got some big news for Evergrow, a lot of big things coming. I'm going to go over some huge stuff today. First, we're going to listen to Sam's update about Evergrow for the past 24 hours.
Hi guys, Sam here. Just want to do a quick video about the price action we've seen for the last couple of days. So yesterday, basically, we saw one big whale, someone who had made millions of dollars. And again, we don't criticize people, even if they're leaving the project very, very early. You have to remember that some people might have invested a relatively modest amount in the first day or two. And now they're sat on millions of dollars. That's life-changing money for them. We're not going to judge them. People will join the project along the way, and this problem will become less and less. So effectively, to explain, yesterday, in one go, one of the early investors sold $600,000, and then they continued to sell. And then what happened was we had so much website activity at that point that the website crashed again. We've upgraded servers twice now. And then we saw about 2,000 new wallets join us in the space of about an hour and a half, which is unprecedented. And it was quite obvious to us that people had been sat waiting for this opportunity to buy. So what happened really is that whale's holdings then got much more healthily distributed over 2,000 new holders. And we're basically seeing the same wallet doing the same today. So they've sold big into the market. And now we're seeing people starting to eat that up and new investors join us. Remember, for the long-term health of the project, we need this. We need those new investors. I think we're close to 80,000. So the amounts are going up at crazy rates now. And it's actually thanks to these dips. So these dips will help us in the longer term. I appreciate they can be a bit stressful in the short term. The other thing to remember is the price drops are never relative to what's sold. You know, a whale selling out maybe $1 million has caused a price drop that's far, far more significant than $1 million. But then on the flip side, if 1,000 wallets then buy $1 million worth back, it will recover very, very quickly in a relative amount, even though, you know, it's adding hundreds of millions of dollars to the market cap. So I hope that explains a little bit more about why these things happen, why we don't personally care too much about them in the team. I do appreciate they can be stressful for investors. So obviously, if you're in it for the long term, it shouldn't be a problem because you're just getting more rewards. So hang tight, guys. Enjoy the rewards.
So that's Sam talking about the whale that sold yesterday. So we saw, I believe it was around this time. So we were kind of, you know, pushing the 3, the 3.4, the 3.5, and we kept seeing some sells. And eventually, I think we had a $600,000 sell around here. And I believe what happened here, and I'm sure you guys have heard it, is that people were having trouble buying. Like, a lot of people couldn't buy, I couldn't buy, and we saw the price just going down and down and down. So while this person was selling, a lot of people were having trouble buying. And then once we started buying, we had what I believe was whales re-entering with smaller bags or just filling up their bags. We had new investors, and we had people buying the dip. I bought the dip. I threw $1,000 at it, somewhere down here, so that's nice. And this person, I believe, has continued to sell off their bag, and they're just taking their profits. Sam says, you know what, investors have a right to do what they want with their money. If anybody wants to sell, it's fine. It gives us volume, it gives us rewards. 14% of all these sells are going to all holders, going to the buyback and burn, going to the liquidity pool, and going to marketing. So it's really not a huge deal. And if you zoom out just a little bit, where we're at now, at the 1785 right now, it was only 4 to 5 days ago that was our all-time high. So I know that we shot up so much that this feels like we're down, but we're still way up, because if we go to, you know, a week ago, we would have been way below this. So it's just because we shoot up so fast that when we go down, it feels like, oh no, but that's why I tell people, I was like, you don't realize how far we could go down and still be way up. And you know, that sell did take us down to the 1183, which is pretty low, which was still about a week ago. You know, that was our all-time high. So, and during this time, we're gaining investors. It's not like we're sitting with investors who are trying to buy these dips all by themselves. We're constantly gaining investors who can invest in dips, especially people who are getting rewards and they use their BUSD that's just sitting there waiting. It's so easy to be like, oh, well, I've got BUSD. I might as well reinvest that back into Evergrow. And, you know, apparently the best way to do that is to go from BUSD to Smart Chain, and then from Smart Chain to EGC in PancakeSwap. Here's a message from Sam this morning that said, I'm not sure if people have noticed, but our top wallet has also been buying. We are in regular communication with them. They're very loyal and supportive of the project. We are all very lucky to have them on board. This is a huge deal, guys. Let me show you why. So there's our burn address, which is at 516 trillion. Sam is saying that they have daily contact with this wallet and that this person believes in the team and is still buying on these dips. They're still supporting it. For that wallet to be buying during all these dips, shows that they have faith in the project. And for all the whales that have millions of dollars to be holding, and if you look at all the whales that have millions of dollars, look at these 4 million, 3 million, 2 million. Next page, we have 100 people that have over $1 million. And we come here and we have 108 people that have over $1 million worth of Evergrow. And as far as the news goes, there is tons of articles coming out about Evergrow coin. We have PR Newswire says Evergrow coin set to become the next Shiba Inu. We obviously have our Yahoo Finance, we have Yahoo Sports, Evergrow coin, another potential cryptocurrency like Shiba Inu, and Dogecoin passes 1.5 billion market cap and $14 million in rewards. We have this article that says Evergrow coin set to become the next Shiba Inu, passes 1.5 billion market cap, gaining 28,000% in just 1 month. And it goes on to say that many experts and analysts have been citing Evergrow as the next Shiba Inu and Dogecoin. And then they also talk about the buyback and burn. So there's great exposure in the news for Evergrow based on how quickly it's climbing and how legit of a project that it is. I know we had a stressful day yesterday, guys. I really do believe that, a big part of that was that the inability to buy. A ton of people are having issues buying and getting it to work. Even I couldn't get it to work. I had to refresh my Trust wallet. I had to disconnect my wallet to PancakeSwap and then reconnect it to get it to show my balance because it was saying insufficient liquidity. So I really think that played a role in having no resistance to these sells, and it made it look a lot worse than it did. And another thing, guys, is we're about to get listed on 6 exchanges about the same time. That's going to open up the door to a ton of new holders to buy Evergrow and to increase our volume. And guys, rewards will be kept intact across these exchanges. That's massive. This is huge. That alone could get a ton of exposure because that has not been done before. SafeMoon, when it got listed on exchanges, the tokenomics got screwed up. So an exchange would take a bunch of SafeMoon and then it would buy and sell, but that would not contribute to any holders outside of that exchange. It created this real problem where SafeMoon was getting divided into exchanges and the exchanges were not contributing to the rewards for the holders on PancakeSwap. Huge props to the team for actually solving this, because when I heard it, I was upset. And then I found out, hey, they're going to preserve the tokenomics, and that's going to be huge. So 6 exchanges, tokenomics preserved. They're releasing at about the same time. They have about $8 billion in volume between all the exchanges. And they have the 5 websites that you're going to be able to just plug in your wallet, plug in your card to buy. So when you're telling your family member about it, they say, how do I buy? All they need is to create a wallet, which is very easy to do. Anybody can figure that out. But there also is going to be a video on that I think is going to be my video. And then after they have their wallet, they just sign into their wallet on the website and then plug in their card information and they will have Evergrow. It's going to be that easy. Now, if you look at that and the utility that we have coming out, I personally feel, I'm not financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. Nobody knows what's going to happen. We don't know if it's going to go up or down. But based on the trend of Evergrow, if we look at the beginning, we see these periods of climbing up, and then we'll see a smaller period of this time of consolidation of whales taking profits. And then what we see eventually is a skyrocketing in the price. And then we see whales selling, a period of time consolidation, period of going up again. Whenever it's going up, the chart looks completely different. The bigger we get, the smaller all these times were for us. But when we were going through these times, they felt like big times. So we had this period from October 9th to October 10th of, whales selling, and we didn't get to see the skyrocketing like we usually see. We have these periods where the price isn't getting to skyrocket. And then we had a slow gradual lift off. But what we see is that after a period of time of consolidation and whales taking profits, that we eventually go back to skyrocketing. And right now we are in that time of consolidation and of whales taking their profits. Every time that we've seen these periods of time where we have these big sell-offs, it's usually going to be followed by a skyrocketing. So that's how I feel. I personally feel we're going to go back to hitting our all-time highs on a daily basis like we have been, and that we just have to work through whatever whale is trying to get out. And as we grow, we're getting more holders and all our new projects are coming out. The exchanges, the utility, we still have huge things happening very soon, combined combined with us growing, and man, I hope they get some good marketing going. Let's get New York Times, let's get some big marketing going now that we got our marketing wallet going again. This is going to be small. This part right here is going to look like this down here. I personally believe that. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next Evergrow video. I hope you guys have a good day.